Hello, Dr. Jeanette Raymond here, psychologist, psychotherapist, and relationship expert, with part 2 of my series on how to get over the fear of commitment. If you watched the first video, then you'll remember the example I gave you of a client who had great difficulty committing because he felt like once he did, he was in a cage. And the reason why he felt that way was because he gave all the power to the person he committed to make decisions on his behalf in order for him to feel like they would take care of him in return. So of course then he wanted to undo the commitment, and that's why he was afraid of ever making any. Well, today, as I promised in the previous video, I'm going to tell you how to have a more equal connection with someone so that you don't feel like any commitment you make is going to put you in jail and then you have to spend the rest of your life trying to find an escape plan that's going to be foolproof. So think about this. If you feel that nobody's going to take care of you, want you, enjoy your company, just hang out with you, unless you give them power and authority over you, that means you're coming from a young place, that you have to allow people to boss you around, to think for you, to make choices for you, to tell you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, in return for them making sure you're safe and you have everything you need and that you're kind of okay. Now, if you come from an older place, you're realizing that you can already do those things for yourself. You can already keep yourself safe. You can already choose what you want to eat, when you want to go out, what kind of job you want to do, and how you want to spend your days. Once you realize that you have a right and you're already doing it, then it's a question of making yourself feel hungry for someone to share in it, not take it over or try to control it, but share in it. That's a very, very different concept because it means that you're on an equal footing. What you want, how you want it, and how you see things is equally important as the other person's. A commitment is not about divesting yourself of all your needs and focusing only on the other one, because then that is jail and you are going to be angry and you are going to feel very dissatisfied. And the other person is not going to know why that's happening if you made a commitment, because it's supposed to be something that you do out of choice, not out of being, in between a rock and a hard place. So when you think about making a commitment, it's about a commitment to share, not to diminish yourself or be superior, not to empty yourself of your mind and give it to somebody else. It's about connecting from a place where you have your feet on the ground and so does the other person. You share and you mingle and you co-create things as you go along. It's constantly evolving and changing as your moods, needs, situations, and circumstances shift. You adapt accordingly. So a commitment is about sharing your life with its ups and downs, its, stony pathways and its smooth gliding roads as well. It's about making room for the other person, not kicking yourself out and letting them take up all the space, or vice versa. When you do that, your commitment is simply to maintain that hunger for company, for sharing, for connecting, and making sure that nothing gets in the way, as well as for the other person wanting you to do the same for them, wanting you to share in their life's ups and downs, their pains, their excitements, their joys, their hopes, wishes, and plans. And in the middle, you might find that there are lots of places where there are coincidences, where they match, where there's a good fit. And then you find ways of facilitating them and promoting their welfare and nurturing it as you go along, so that you're committed to what you both want and need, rather than committing to take care of a person and not yourself, or vice versa. So commitment is about sharing. It's not about being codependent. It's not about leaving yourself out, taking care of somebody else in the hope that they'll come and take care of you, which is about codependency. It's about sharing from a place of confidence that you already can take care of yourself. You can live your life perfectly well without the other person, but you're choosing to involve them in your life and them in yours by having things that you both enjoy, that you both share, but you keep ownership of. That's the most important thing. You keep ownership of what you want and why you want it and how you're going to go about getting it, knowing that you can do it on your own, but you don't have to. You're wanting to commit to sharing it with whoever you've chosen. And that's the difference between committing in a way that's freeing you, that's giving you plenty of space, that honors your liberty and your autonomy, and the other kind of commitment which feels like a cage, which feels like you have to kill yourself off in order to please the other person, and that you're in the jail. So remember, commitment is about liberty and sharing, not about emptying yourself and putting yourself in the jail. Once you get the hang of that, it won't feel so hard. Decisions will come easily to you, and you will feel the flow of energy propelling you to fulfill your life. And once you've seen the video, please let me know how you felt hearing it. Did it ring any bells for you? Did it hit on any of your issues and problems? How did you manage it? Tell me anything that resonated with you, and I'd be so happy to reply.